Hello, welcome back to another video. We're gonna talk very briefly about Goldsby just for a quick second because it has a lot to do with this video and how we go forward pretty much. So basically, obviously when we got the car back, it wasn't in the condition that I had originally anticipated it was gonna be in. So with that being said, we kind of had to put the additional effort into finishing the car and getting it ready for Goldsby, right? So, with that being said, there was a lot of work to still get done. With the additional work, it was going to be a lot to get done. Us being me, Andrea, and Barry and Brian. It was mainly me and Andrea. She managed to get the quarter panel filled in with a fridge door. Bit of scrap, did the job, but we're gonna have a look at the BMW very shortly. With the rush of getting the car finished for Goldsby, we were so focused on everything else bar the engine. We didn't spend a single second on checking the oil. No, we checked the dipstick, but it was black. So I don't really know how that came about, because when Daniel at Goldsby, good mate of mine, he heard that it wasn't idling properly and he checked the oil with his finger, opened the cap, checked in the sides, and it was white. Wasn't really a great sign, safe to say. So we ended up, well, in my head, I pretty much called it quits there. There's not really much coming back from. So the engine, not really great at all, which is why we're now doing this video, because I've essentially decided that we're gonna make our own luck. If you've seen from my social media on a post that I did for the year that I've been following drifting, it's coming up to a year now, or November, the time that I said we're doing this, taking this long roller coaster of a ride, safe to say. Kind of come to the conclusion that there's not really much else that I can do with the engine other than take it out. So I'm at a point where I'm able to take an engine out. Andrea has an engine hoist and she has an engine stand. We have the capability and we do have the tools. Me and Andrea are going to be making a very big change up in the garage. I'll show you a quick photo of the garage just now. We'll get more into depth in it when we go down there. Go and see everything, because there's a lot to see, to be fair. There's a plane involved actually as well, which is even more bizarre, but that's my cousin Andrea for you, part of the family. We're going to be making swift moves on the BMW very, very shortly. I'm going to be getting a 2.5 litre come Saturday. Daniel, the same mechanic that checked the engine over. So Daniel has said to me that he is in the possession of a 2.5 litre. He reassured me as well that this is a straight swap. This is a 2.2 out, 2.5 in. There is no change that I need to do harness wise or mount wise. Obviously, it being an M54. Anyway, with that being said, because of that, it's going to be very easy going. Having the sole focus on one thing is going to be a huge push, because the last time we had so many things that we needed to do, it was ridiculous. So having this one sole focus is going to be a big push for us to just focus on. Kind of at a point where I really just want to get it driving, running, and think about selling it, because I'm at a point where I need a serious, more serious car, and the BMW is not doing me any favors. One, from being away for the last 6 months, and two, from just being the unpredictable, no brakes, probably a master cylinder problem, inconvenience that just hasn't ran because I cheaped out and I just bought a car that would just, I thought, do the job. Turns out I was wrong. It did a couple of burnouts. That was it. So anyway, we're at a point now where we're away to go and pick up the engine come Saturday at whatever time. I'm in the process of messaging each guys. A friend of mine, Calvis from work, he is helping me out over the weekend picking up the engine. So he actually is in possession of a small trailer that he uses for work himself. So it's about 2.5 hours away from here, 2.5 hours back. So not a small trip, it's in Peterhead area. Anyway, it's going to be a good time. We're going to get an engine swap done and see how we go. See the condition of the engine, maybe do some maintenance to it before it does go in. Wait and see. Yeah. What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another video. You catch me going up to the BMW to go and get the ECU because we've, this hair, man, this is something else. Got a plan. Look at her, all pretty and that. This is actually, it's not often I get to have, well, it's not often I've been actually able to look at it, to be honest. I wouldn't say it looks all too bad. Especially with the new headlights, I'm really, really happy about that. But for the time being, I need to get the ECU out of the car because after a lot of discussion with a lot of people, I find myself finally talking to one individual that can give me every single bit of information that I could possibly need while working and doing this engine swap. And what I was originally told was that I needed a body control module, an ECU, a key, a barrel and a clock, all from the same ECU setup. So I was on the hunt for that and I thought it would have been around about like 250 quid or something like that, but no. As it turns out, I ended up getting chatting with a boy, James Young, who, if you might have heard that name before, it was the same boy that podiumed in the second round of the SDC. As it turns out, that E36 compact that he has competed in and will be competing in on Sunday has a 1J in it that he did everything for. He did the whole swap himself, including the wiring for it as well. So, boy knows what he's talking about. He is what you would consider a pro in the BMW world, and it turns out he's been doing them for a very long time. So, a very, very huge bonus knowing this man. And if you're watching this, James, I really couldn't appreciate you more for all the information you've given me. Honestly, God bless, man. Take that out to go and get the new ECU for the 2.5 litre that we picked up. So, plenty to look forward to. Anyway, I'm gonna get shifting. Today, the reason that we're doing all of this work is because we are going down to the Scottish Drift Championship once again. I had originally planned on working on this thing for the weekend, or at least over the Saturday, and then go down on the Sunday, but Andrea has now met a new man called Bass who is going to be coming with us. He has booked them a hotel and I'm going to be camping now. It makes for a more adventurous weekend. Plan is that we're just gonna get a shift on and head down the road. We're a wee bit late already. We're gonna see a wee bit drifting, but we'll get to see everyone when we get down there. So really, really looking forward to it. Really excited knowing that I'm gonna make the last round of the SDC. But yeah, we'll see where we go. Part of the deal with this ECU that I'm buying, I have to give him my old ECU. So now that I've got that, it's going to be a case of swap that. 80 quid plus the ECU means that we have a running and driving 2.5 litre BMW. Can't argue. So, we are currently here at the Scottish Drift Championship round 3. Made it here very late yesterday afternoon, to the point that practice had already finished. And yeah, ended up watching a lot of stock racing that I didn't. My tit practice is on just now, qualifying the next wee while, and then gone. So, something to look forward to. Seems like the drivers are in good mindsets and that, which is great. We're thinking that it is going to rain at some point later on during the day, which isn't really great, but knock on wood, it's not done yet, so we'll see how it goes. But until then, let's catch up with practice. Actually, on a side note, before we get into all this, I'm just going to point out that my cousin has conveniently parked right next to another Merc. Now, this is not just another Merc, it's a 6.3 litre AMG. Same engine that's in the Black Edition. Mad engine. Very cool. Let's get back to practice.
Go on, Kai. mate, come on.
Oh my god, mate.
Go on, mate. What's his name at the time? Oh no, that's a big shit.
presents Decision Time. Come and dance, delicious meaty beauty. Chicken, go on, have a pink bite. Rain down, you crisp. Oh, Tim's ordered me. Decision made. Order now.
Go on, Ali. Go on, Daniel. I'll do it, mate. On you go, 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 go. Right down, that's it. Come on, son. Go on, Daniel, get on this door, mate. Come on, son. On its door, son. On you go, man. Go on, Ross. Practicing. Alright. Yeah.
Yes, boys, go on, mate.
And third position, Gareth Dodd Rogers. Well done, into first, second. SDC round 3, Mitch Gibbons. Congratulations, Matt. At some point, we'll run as well for Mitch.
Don't tell me you're back now. Oh, you feel it, dude.
Apologies about the quality of camera, but unfortunately it is pissing down with rain. What a stunner. Very fortunate to have it as low as we had all day. So just on our way, there you are, just on our way out, and we're gonna head home. I think that you're gonna
Come down the road, you can stay with him. And you'll probably come to the racing house as well.
That'd be alright, eh?
And I want to speak to him anyway, so keep an eye out for cars and stuff for us. And he's a handy person to...
So, as I was saying before, that's essentially the weekend over with. Got to chatting with a lot of familiar faces as always, and it was kind of disappointing for some drivers and a great time for some other drivers, but either way, I would consider it a pretty decent weekend. So, just about to head back up the road, and I lost my car keys before we came down here, so I need to find those and then head home and get sorted myself for work tomorrow. So it's going to be hopefully a pretty busy next couple of weeks. working on the BMW and getting the 2.5 and got that ECU sent off and the money away to James Young for getting the new ECU that'll go with the engine and that and make it run. We'll be laughing.
Yeah.